In this video, I'm gonna tell you 5 tips on how to be a better DJ, and make sure to watch till the end of the video for a very special announcement. Number 1. Think of your tracks as energy. When you're DJing live, you pretty much control the whole vibe and feel of the dance floor and of the audience. Playing super energetic songs during an opening early set is a surefire way to ruin a mood and piss off the next DJ. So know your place and play songs that are appropriate for your time slot. To make that process easier, try to think of your mixes as musical journeys that have a beginning, middle, and end. And view your songs as tools of energy that help you get to those levels. Because songs create mood and induce liveliness. And as a DJ, it's your job to select the right songs that fit the right time. So, what do you play? If you're doing an opening set, inject songs that help the crowd loosen up and get in the mood to dance. So these would be familiar low energy songs. It really depends on what genre you're doing, but you get the point. The objective of the opening set is to get the crowd moving and to better help the primetime DJ rock the dance floor. So layer your mix with songs that elevate. Now, if you're the primetime DJ, it's your job to play the high energy stuff and keep the crowd going and dancing throughout the night. But the tricky part is when they get tired, because eventually they will. So when that happens, consider your options and play songs that are just a little bit different but still match the energy of your set. For example, if I was rocking the crowd with EDM dance floor anthems and I see that the crowd is getting tired, I would switch things up and play hip-hop. Not the slow and smooth R&B stuff, but hip-hop that matches the energy of the set I'm doing. So these songs would be, I don't know, Crank That, Sicko Mode, Blackpink, just something familiar and of a different genre. Then, when I see the crowd is getting their energies up, it would be time then to go back to super energetic songs that will make the crowd just rave. Finally, if you're doing the closing set, continue the vibe the primetime DJ has set and keep that crowd dancing. Eventually, they will get really tired and would not want to go all out anymore, and this will be the time to just mellow the vibe out and match their energy and bring things to their eventual close. Tip number 2. Don't overdo your DJing. Musicality is the number 1 priority. Knowing how to do awesome DJ tricks like use effects and scratch is pretty fun to do. It helps you set yourself apart from every other DJ out there, and doing any of those cool tricks in front of a live audience is quite entertaining for them. Sometimes. The challenge though is knowing when and where to do it, because as DJs, we can get so caught up in our skills and just do too much. Too much effects, too much scratching, and just too much tricks. And doing so, one can definitely turn off the crowd and make your music sound like trash. So exercise restraint and thoughtfulness when you're thinking of doing a DJ trick. Technical skills should be used to enhance a set, to spice things up, and to give your set a distinct and unique flavor. You just have to remember that no matter how skilled you are, proper music selection and musicality will be the factors that mostly determine whether or not the crowd will love your set. Because the crowd isn't really there to witness sick DJ skills unless you're booked for that. They're there for music, to dance, and just to have fun. So give them that experience by playing what they came there to hear and maybe more. And spice up your set with skills to give them a night they'll never forget. And to flex your other DJs that you're really good. Tip number 3. Interact with the crowd and have fun with them. When I started out in DJing, I was pretty shy. I would set up my equipment and just play music in the background, following my uber detailed playlists one track at a time. I kinda DJ'd like a robot. You see, I meticulously program my set lists and I practice each and every transition dozens and dozens and dozens of times. And the objective of this practice was to not mess up when I would perform and DJ live. So when I actually DJ'd live, I was razor focused on my laptop and DJ gear. I didn't want to screw up any transition because I wanted to perform as cleanly as possible. But in doing so, I completely ignored the crowd and they just felt that. Even though the mixing was clean, the crowd wasn't enjoying themselves because I was simply following my set list and not reading what they want. And also not emanating a positive, happy vibe. I was just so serious and so focused. Looking back now, my DJing style has changed dramatically and I've realized that DJs don't just create a good time with the music they play. They also, and sometimes even more importantly, enhance the night with the vibe and body language they bring out when they mix. If you DJ happy and dance and look like you're having a good time, the crowd will feel that. But if you're just standing still, focusing on your laptop and on the CDJs or on your controller, the crowd will feel that too. So guys, be human, be alive, and be happy when you DJ. Interact with the crowd. And you don't have to do something really extrovert like MC. Simply moving and dancing and recognizing the crowd is plenty enough. Remember that communication is 90% non-verbal. That also applies to DJing as well. Tip number 4, don't snob music. Be open to taking requests. Now this idea may seem controversial because as DJs, we're supposed to be the ones who dictate the night with our music selection. And I know a lot of us take pride in what and when we play things, but things are circumstantial. For example, let's say you're booked and paid to do a wedding and the bride who paid you requested her favorite song. Are you gonna be the snobby DJ who says no? I certainly hope not. Taking requests when you're booked for private parties, at least for me, is okay. It'll make the client happy and it'll make the audience happy as well because they aren't really there for you. They're there for the event and possibly their family or friend. Those special people know what songs your loved ones would want to hear. Just think of their requests as guides. You don't have to play them if it doesn't fit the vibe, but you can always play them when you feel the timing is just right. Use their suggestions to better help you narrow your music selection to better cater to their wants and needs. Now let's say you're booked for a club gig. This is when being a snobby DJ is sorta okay. Since you're booked for that event, the booker wants you to play music that you're known to play. So be you and have fun. But if ever you do get a request, please don't snob it right away. Simply be open to the idea and see if your suggestion will actually help you. It doesn't hurt to be open and it doesn't hurt to just listen. So give him that sometimes. Because most of the time, people request things that are just really dumb. Anyway, all I'm saying is that as DJs, it's our job to make the crowd happy. And if the crowd wants to help you get there, why not be open to the idea? Just exercise musicality and see if the request is actually viable and okay to play. You're the DJ and you're the one who makes these decisions. Tip number 5, be a more unique DJ with your selection. So this one is pretty easy. As you're DJing live, injecting songs that give energy to the dance floor, there will come a point where your music selection will begin to kind of resemble every other DJs out there if you're a top 40 DJ, since you're probably playing what's required of you. To set yourself apart, be unique, and generally more excited and happy to DJ, try taking risks and playing unconventional, unsafe, and untested songs. You know, songs you typically will almost never hear from a regular DJ. And that could be a really cool song you found when digging for new music, or a corny, cheesy song you found from a decade ago, or just generally something left field, like a song that's of a different genre and BPM. But of course, exercise mindful restraint and follow the theme of the night. If you're booked to play a strict genre, then stick to that. But if you're booked to play a top 40 party, then the world of music is your oyster, at least for the top 40 side. Now, let me give you an example. If I'm doing a top 40 EDM primetime set, I would sometimes just squeeze in some nostalgic 90s song, maybe even a rock song from a decade ago. I don't know, just a song that will make the crowd go whoa. You see, the objective here is just to surprise and to keep the audience on their toes on what the next song will be. Doing stuff like that gives new life to your DJ and makes your experience more fun, because you never know what you're going to get. Will the crowd love it or will they hate it? But in the end, it doesn't really matter, as long as you can pull off playing those unconventional songs. And one way to do so safely is to squeeze those unconventional songs in between the hits. That way you keep the energy up and have a backup song ready if that risky song doesn't play out well. Just remember this, a good DJ plays what the crowd wants to hear, but a great DJ plays what the crowd didn't know they wanted to hear. Bonus tip, know what gear you're going to use and bring backups. DJing live is always unpredictable. Using club gear or someone's stuff is always different. Because so many people are touching and using the equipment, things tend to break and not work properly. And that doesn't just apply to other people's stuff, it can apply to your gear as well. So as a DJ, it's our responsibility to always have backups. So for me, I carry a bunch of USBs and CDs with my music when I DJ live. And to be extra safe, I also bring a spare DJ controller with me if things are really nasty. Personally, if I see that the DJ gear provided is not working properly, I just choose to use my own DJ controller instead. I don't want faulty equipment to limit the way I DJ because that'll be a reflection of my DJ skills when I perform live. So it's just best to always be over-prepared than under. Now it's time for the special announcement. I've just launched my YouTube membership program. This means that if you click join on my YouTube channel, you gain access to a lot of exclusive videos and content, like my 1-hour masterclass tutorial on scratching and my Pro DJ Mix explanation videos. And besides these secret videos, you also gain early access to my new YouTube videos as well. And more is to come, like members only live streams. So if you want to support this channel, please consider subscribing and joining my YouTube membership program. And with that said, Happy New Year everyone, and I'll see you all next year.